that's the whole. Basically, it only comes down to it's basically a battle of like creative belief. And so like that's the reason why like even when you look at the map, right? When you look at the map, like Europe and like China, it's like huge. But that's actually a lot. Like South America and like Africa is a lot bigger than like Europe and those places like on the map. If you look at the map, it's small, but they just do that on purpose just for like, you know, just to say that like it's more European and all that stuff. Like,
So what y'all say? Skin color?
huh?
Skin color is what now?
Closer to the creator, like the Messiah.
Nah, I didn't say skin color. Okay. Well, first of all, like, basically what I'm saying is that we are closer to the source because we are darker, right?
Mhm.
Because like the melanin, our skin, and all that stuff with like the sun and all that stuff with like people that's like Caucasian or whatever, like, you know, that's why they get skin disease and all that stuff. Like they got stuff that's not really like of the world. Like when you outside in the sun, right, you get like darker. Like that's basically like a natural thing. So for you to like basically get damaged by the sun, like that's unnatural. But like that's the thing. See, a lot of people do say like this racism and all that, but really racism is us believing that like if I stay outside, I gotta put on skin, whatever, because I think I'm gonna get disease.
You said that's racism?
I'm not gonna get disease because I got melanin in my skin. It's really a cover up because it is that people that don't have much melanin in their skin, Caucasian people.
You said that's racism, brother?
They have, hold on, let me tell you. They have, you know, they got a condition. So, like, they cover it up through, like, subconscious, all this stuff, neurological, over, like, those innocent. But really, it's just that you got something mixed in you that ain't supposed to be like this thing. That's basically what it is. So, I'm sorry, what you were saying?
You said that's racism? You said that's racism?
What I'm saying about racism is, like, what I said about racism, make sure I'm making this picture, I'm here recording.
You know racism is nationality though, right?
Hold on, let me finish. What I said was,
I can't really hear you too much, brother. You got
what I said was, racism is when people believe that they gotta straighten their hair or something like that, gotta seem more, it's better more, it's more accepted. Only because people, the media and all that, they show that more, that's the thing that's more like pleasant to see. That's what I'm saying. Like whoever controls that, like what gets put on the news and all that, most of the people, we don't see those people.
Right.
Those people are racist, right? Now, I'm not saying that you don't have people that's prejudiced, obviously, that prefer, you know, white people over black people, whatever you want to call it. I'm not trying to get caught up in that whole like racism. Because honestly, I don't even consider myself black anymore. I consider myself brown, not black. Because we all shades of brown, including the lighter Caucasian people. They're just less of it. You know?
Nah, they not brown.
Out of the darkness, yeah, they are.
No, they red.
They either lighter brown or they albino.
So what they call them down south, brother?
I don't know what they call them now.
Call them rednecks, brother. When you smack a white man, where his blood show forth through his skin. White man is not brown, brother. And when you dealing with race, you dealing with nationalities of people. Everybody has melanin in their skin except the Caucasians. So everybody that's on the face of the earth, they different nationalities. Like when you have the Chinese not the same as the Japanese. You have the Africans not the same as us, we the Hebrews. You have the East Indians, right? They not the same as the Africans. They more dark skinned than us sometimes. So nationality has something to do with your forefathers, where you come from, like your tribal situation from the beginning.
Well, from the beginning, like life created on Africa, and then we basically spread it. So
Where the proof at for that?
Huh?
Where the proof for that?
You said we are the proof?
I said, where is the proof that life started in Africa?
Where is the proof that life didn't start in Africa?
The oldest followers.
Who told y'all that?
What's the proof? Hold on. What's the proof that life didn't start in Africa?
Give me Galatians.
Well, first of all, before you do that, what is Galatians? Who does it come from? Who made it? Like what?
You asking me the proof for that. I'm asking you for the proof of what you say. So I'm going into a historical document to show you where life started.
And I'm just asking about where that document came
I
from.
asked you the same thing, brother. So I'm bringing my document. I want you to bring a document so I can ask you where you get that document from. I made a statement. I'm going into a book of proof. You just made a statement. I want you to
But
prove
the
that
God,
statement.
even if you think it's
Go
the
ahead.
Garden of Eden, isn't that in Africa? It's not?
Go ahead.
What book you want?
Galatians 4. We got to stop going by what, see, the stuff that we think today is still the same stuff the oppressor told us. It's the stuff that keep us confused. Like the no race. We ain't no race. We this, we that. Everybody got a nationality. And we got to start looking at it that the white man is the only one with no melanin on it. That's a part of the lie. That's where the lie coming at and the connection to a lot of the lies. But if you look at the Africans don't like us. You know why? They the ones sold us, and they know who we are. They know we are different than them. They know that. Go ahead. And they really not Africans. If you ask them where they come from, they'll tell you actually, because Africa is a continent. They'll tell you which country they come from. Most of the time, if an African come up here, I'll ask them what tribe. That way I can detect. Because when you deal with history, you can tell who's Ham and who's Israel. Because you got Israelites, you got Hamites, right? Give me that. Galatians 4:26.
26 now.
Is it 16? 4:26?
Oh, I know what you want. I
Yeah.
got you. I got you. I got you.
Watch this.
So this is the book of Galatians, chapter 4, verse 26.
Uh-huh.
But Jerusalem
Uh-huh.
is above, that is above is free,
Uh-huh.
which is the mother of us all.
That's why everybody fighting for that Holy Land, because that's the Garden of Eden.
Also Middle East, but isn't that part of Africa?
It's on the top continent of Northeast Africa, but it's not Africa, because you got Syria, you got that whole place, you got Yemen, all of that is the God. So it's saying all of that is considered Jerusalem.
Well, the point I was saying when I said Africa is it's basically a place where you gotta have nothing understanding because it's more. That's basically what I was saying. Like,
I got what you're saying. You're right, but guess what? The white man was born as our twin brother. So I was trying to show you the white man is our twin brother. Africans is not related to us. So where we was born at, the white man was born there too. You see what I'm trying to show you?
well,
They was
time
there
out,
too.
time out.
Huh?
When you said the white man was born there too, what you saying is that two white people had sex and made a white person?
Nah. Two black people had two. Read that. I'm gonna show you. You ever see? Let me see if I got it right here. Let me see if I got a sample of it right here.
See, now remember, in the Bible it say out of the darkness came the light, meaning that
Right.
you don't
Right.
get no light.
You ever see two black people?
Basically, let's say there's two black people, like, they,
Do I have it on here?
like you, they're gonna be a little darker, right?
I don't have it on here, do I?
Well, somebody like
Oh,
like
Esau.
and black, right? The same thing had to be lighter, the other white and black. So
I was just reading.
I mean, I don't have specific.
See this, brother? Look.
The whole origin of like how would a white come from is a little bit.
Look at this, brother. Let me show you. Right here.
In the Bible, we also have like the Nephilim and stuff like that too.
No Nephilims in the Bible, brother. No Nephilims in the Bible, brother.
Nah,
That's
brother.
another lie, brother.
Nah, bro.
No Nephilims in the Bible, brother.
Okay.
See this? See these black couple? Black couple have a white baby. So our foremothers,
Who is that?
This is a black couple. This is a Hebrew couple. Our people produce the white man. We produce the white man. The white man is a Hebrew. He come from our bloodline, not Africa. So what I'm trying to show you, our
I
full.
think it's some sort of division.
It is. You're right.
Because a lot of white people like guys, right? They're different colors. They all sorts of different colors. Like, you light skin like that, but you got all these like different colors. Like,
Give me that. Give me that.
like our eyes.
Let me show you something.
Like, I don't got blue eyes. You don't got
Go ahead, bring that out, brother.
Go by your own understanding,
Oh,
brother.
yeah, you're going by your own understanding, brother.
Genesis chapter 25 and verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord of his wife because she was barren.
This is the first recording of any Caucasian on the face of the earth ever. Go ahead.
And the Lord was entreated of him.
Uh-huh.
And Rebekah, his wife, conceived.
Uh-huh.
Verse 22.
Mhm.
And the children struggled together within him.
And it says she was pregnant. Because now they're saying the children. So when you saying children, you know that's more than one child. So the struggle means fight. The children was fighting, right? This is significance to the children fighting. Go ahead.
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
So Rebecca, our foremother, is saying, if I'm being pregnant and the Most High blessed me to get pregnant, why are my children fighting in the womb and I'm having all of this turmoil? Huh?
Two different nations, right?
Go ahead, right? I'm about the point I was making. Go ahead.
And she went and inquired of the Lord.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord said unto her,
Uh-huh.
2 nations
Two nationalities.
are in
Two
thy womb,
races. Go ahead.
and 2 manner of people
Two people with two different mannerisms. Two people that's gonna be totally opposite from the other.
shall
They
be
gonna
separated.
look, they
How
gonna
did she
walk.
get pregnant?
Huh? I got pregnant by her husband.
Who's the husband?
Isaac. She got pregnant by her husband Isaac. Just like Christ was born, Joseph impregnated Mary. That immaculate deception is a lie. So that's why we be trying to tell you all of the stuff that we think out here, they are lies. That's not in this book. Nephilim, immaculate deception. This book could come from our ancient records.
How was his name?
Hebrews. Our people wrote this book.
So it was translated into
It was translated out of Hebrew and Greek into English and different languages. So we will be able to read it.
Out of
That's
Hebrew,
why King
Greek,
James.
and Latin.
That's why
Hebrew,
King
Greek,
James
Latin.
did that. And this is King James. Give me young bro. Like they told you King James was a white man. This who had it translated so his peoples can read it. Because he knew they was in slavery. And they was coming out. Go ahead, I.
God, 2 nations are in thy womb.
Two nationalities. Go ahead.
2 manner of people shall be separated from thy body.
So these two people, they're gonna have different mannerisms. They're gonna look different. They're gonna have different walks. One of them gonna have swag. One of them ain't. One of them can dance. One of them can't.
So it's saying 2 nations of people in this context. In this context, with this 2 nations of people, is that actually saying nationality?
Watch. Go ahead.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Two manner of people, they're gonna be separated when they come out. They ain't gonna get along. Go ahead.
And the one people
And
shall
the
be
one what?
the one people.
It said one people. So now that's showing you that it's nationality. The one what?
One people
Now there's no more persons. The one people. Go ahead.
shall be stronger than the other.
Who is stronger between the white man and the black man? Go ahead.
And the elder
Stronger.
shall serve the young.
So the elder that the first one come out, he's going to serve the younger because the traditions is that the firstborn, it carries the birthright and the blessing, right? Go ahead. So this is, it's showing you that it's a difference on it for a certain reason. It's being switched up now. Go ahead.
Verse 24. And when her days to deliver were fulfilled, behold, there were 2 twins in her womb.
There were what?
There were twins in her womb.
Slack it.
Twins in her womb.
Slack. Go ahead.
The first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
And we in Genesis 25 as we read that. The first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name what?
Esau.
Ishashara. Wasted away is he. His melanin was wasted away. That's Hebrew for wasted away. So his melanin was wasted away. When his father seen him, he said, "Oh, Ishashara." His pigment was wasted. You never seen that before, right? Go ahead.
And after that came his brother. And his hand took hold of Esau's hip. And his name was called Jacob.
His name was called Hustler. Who call themselves Hustler today? And go ahead.
His name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when he was there.
That's it, right? They described Jacob, but they described Esau. They didn't describe Jacob because Jacob looked like everybody else. So they had one pale baby. No, because Jacob looked like his parents. Esau came out red. That was the first description of that. So what he came out with was like an albinism type. You feel what I'm saying? One of them was albinism, one of them wasn't. Right? Let me show you. Give me 40. I'm going to show you the significance with Esau and Jacob today. And the reason why they was fighting in the room when they first... See, this is the regeneration of Cain and Abel. A lot of people don't believe them stories, but when you really understand, this is not a book of fables, right? You gotta know the history part. You gotta know who this is in here to even trace the history. And when you look at the history, it's like that history is there. When you go into the library, all this stuff is here. The bloodlines of the nations, they know who they're dealing with. That's why you never, like, let me show you something. Before I found this truth, I never heard of Esau. Never heard of Esau at all, ever. You never hear the pastor talk about Esau. You never, when you talk about the devil, the red dragon, says the first came out red. It came out of the nation, right? A dragon, remember in the garden, the serpent, a dragon serpent is the biggest serpent. And it's a fire-spitting serpent. That fire in here represents lies across the earth. And rulership. Ruling the earth with lies and go ahead, I'm gonna show you deceit and war and good. His blessing, the blessing he got, we got the blessing to be God's chosen people. That's why we're stronger. Like the brother was describing our attributes. You see what I'm saying? So go ahead, but them was the blessings that God gave us. They gave him the blessing of the good. Go ahead.
This is Genesis chapter 27 and verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob.
Esau did what?
Hated Jacob.
Esau hated Jacob. Go ahead.
Because of the blessing.
Because we blessed like hell. Go ahead.
Wherewith his father blessed him.
Uh-huh.
And Esau said in his heart,
Uh-huh.
the days of mourning of my father are at hand.
So this is the spirit that all of the Edomites have on us today. If you ever figured out how could these people kill us and have no remorse, because their forefather, God put this in the spirit, and you pass them things down to your bloodline. They pass the stories and the history. That's why these people still hate us today, because they know who we are. We don't, and we don't know who they are either. Go ahead.
Then will I slay my brother.
It's ever since Isaac died, Esau been killing us all. He's been chasing us and killing us all. You read the story about Jacob and Esau. Jacob was so terrified when Isaac died to meet up with his brother. He was terrified. Jacob knew what his blessing was. His blessing was the sword, and Esau didn't have no cut car. Esau had an army. His sons was killers just like him. You read that back then, you're going to say, this is the white man all the way. What you got, Albert?
So Amos chapter 1 and verse 11.
Uh-huh.
Thus saith the Lord,
Uh-huh.
for 3 transgressions of Edom,
For 3 transgressions of Edom, you know how you got 3 strikes? Uh-huh.
and for 4,
So God say he overdid it. That means 3 strikes now he overdid it. Go ahead.
I would not turn away the punishment thereof.
He's not going to turn the punishment the way people say we teach hate. We just read the Bible. So when we read this, we like, this is what's been taken, this is what's been held from us all of this time. These people got a judgment for doing this to us. And it's not for us to go up and take arms, but this spiritual thing is going to happen. That's why you see this place falling now. You can't keep doing this to the gods of the earth like this. We don't supposed to be on the bottom. Go ahead.
I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword.
This is the sword. All types of killing, alligator bait, everything. He pursued us with the sword. Go ahead.
He did cast off all pity.
What did Esau do?
And did cast off all pity. And his anger did tear perpetually.
It says he's been mad at us forever. Ever since Jacob and Esau was born, his anger is perpetual. It's going forever. Go ahead.
And he kept his wrath forever.
That's why you try to figure out, well, damn, why these people kill us like that? Why they so mad? It's spiritual. Go to Ezekiel 25 and 12. 25 and 12. Or go to 35 and 5.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Go to 35
All
and
right,
5.
I go 35.
So we just trying to, all right, brother. I just wanted to show you and prove y'all that the characteristics and the stuff we've been lied to a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? I just came into this 10 years ago. I was pissed off when I found the lie with this brother. You know what I'm saying?
I cry.
And what's going on now with this stuff is all a diversion to keep y'all from seeing what's happening. Y'all been seeing all of these sighting of these UFOs?
You just see those chariots.
I was about to tell him that. That's another lie from the white man, aliens and UFOs. Right? Right? You're right about that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Because you have had a perpetual, ongoing hatred. Go
And
ahead.
hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
This is not a book of fables. This book is telling real history. It's talking to Esau. Because thou hast had an ongoing hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel. Go ahead.
By the force of the sword.
By the force of the sword. Go ahead.
In the time that calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
So God say our judgment was almost up. Our time of judgment up. Our kingdom about to come in. Their kingdom is going down. That's why all of this killing happened. George Floyd, Sandra Bland, Mike Brown. That's why all of this is happening at a Cleveland great now. Go ahead.
Quick precept.
Go ahead.
Zechariah chapter 1 and verse 15.
Uh-huh.
And I am very sore displeased with the heathen.
He's very sore displeased with not only the Esau, the white man, he's sore displeased by these other nations that's in our neighborhood with stores, and we can't even put a vendor stand on a corner. He's very displeased with the heathen. Go ahead.
That are at ease.
They comfortable in having us under their feet. Knowing we God's chosen people after all of this time, and they see the signs that judgment is coming. Go ahead.
I was but a little displeased.
He was a little mad at them for putting us in slavery because part of that was the judgment that he put on us. He was a little displeased. Go ahead.
And they have forward the affliction.
They took it too far. They took it too far. That's why I said for 3 transgressions of Edom and for 4. These other nations, they took our oppression and slavery overboard. More than what the Most High wanted to judge us as. Go ahead, Al. More than he wanted to put, I ain't gonna say more than he wanted to put on us, but he made them overdo it for a reason, so he'll have a reason to judge them the way he was going to judge them. Go ahead. This is Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 14. Go back to 35. You left off to 35. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God.
God lived forever. He said, as I live, so forever. Go ahead.
I will prepare thee unto blood.
God said he's going to prepare Esau unto blood. That's what his judgment is. Go ahead.
And blood shall pursue thee.
And what?
Blood shall pursue thee.
Blood is going to chase you down. That's why the white man get all of these guns and he waiting for the race war. This is why he buy all of that. Because he know everything he done on this earth. Blood shall be pursued thee. Go ahead.
Since thou hast not hated blood.
Since Esau loved blood, he liked to eat his steaks and all of that, running with blood out of it. Since he have not hated blood, go ahead.
Even blood shall pursue thee.
Even blood gonna chase him down. Go ahead.
That's what I make Mount Seir.
That's where they was living at in Northeast Africa, in Mount Seir. They were still in the caves, brother. So you know if you up in a hot place, you in the caves is still keeping you from the sun. It's cool. Right.
We don't
Look
really
at
need buildings.
this. You see this?
This
This look like the caves.
it's
To protect them from the sun.
for them. It's not for us.
It's-
We don't really need buildings.
What it is, they miss home. They miss Mount Seir. What we talking about? Esau what? He was going to do what?
And blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir.
That's why when you look in America, they got all of these high rises. You look around, all of this rock. We walking on rock. They miss the caves. A lot of people really not even spiritually understanding what we dealing with when we walk out our door. They reinvented the cave all over. Go ahead.
And cut off from him that passeth out.
Go ahead to 25. That's what we dealing with. This man is on a very high demonic level. He deal with real lies and witchcraft and stuff like that. It's the only way he run this place is lies and witchcraft. You think of how people found out we was God chosen people? You know what I'm saying? When you look in the like the brother was saying, the Nephilims, they got us twisted about that. When it said the giants and the sons of God, that was just our forefathers. The giants mean us, we the gods of the earth, right? So that's what that meant, us as a high stature. When we fell at, we started sleeping with all the other nations' women, and that weakened us, and the Most High got mad.
We got mad at us because we kept worshiping other gods.
Yeah, but us as men first, the sons of God first, we started sleeping with the other nations' daughters, and weakened our seed. That's what happened. That's why the Most High kind of.
Only reason why I brought up the Nephilim, I wasn't gonna say this thing was like higher.
Right.
I had a point
Right.
to that.
Right.
It wasn't that. But
Right.
no, I got you.
No, but I knew what you were saying. But I know that word Nephilim, as they used that word, I knew what he was talking about. I just was like trying to tell him like the Nephilim, that word, and what they call it Nephilim, they not really in there. But what he talking about, I knew he was going to the. That's why I went directly to the sons of God, because I knew he was saying that as the Nephilim. Huh? No, it's like giants.
Supposed to be giants.
Giants.
Yeah, they talk about, is that like the sons of men?
That was us. But the giant thing don't mean size. It means us being on a greater spiritual level. We was the gods of the earth. And everybody knew that. Everybody knew God was our God only. And what we did, we mixed our seed. We started sleeping with what it is, Cain's shoe. We started sleeping with the wicked daughters. And then we actually weakened our seed with the rest of the population instead of staying with our own women. You see what I'm saying? Good.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 25, verse 14.
Uh-huh.
And I will lay my vengeance upon you.
12.
Verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Thus saith the Lord.
Uh-huh.
Thus saith the Lord God, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah
There you go.
by taking vengeance,
Uh-huh.
and have greatly offended and avenged himself upon them.
He offended the Most High. And he avenged himself on them because God didn't choose him. Remember? His blessings reversed. Right? So he greatly offended and avenged himself on us because God chose us. He can't get to the Most High. You can't get to the heavenly. Nobody can get to the Heavenly Father. So he had to avenge it on the Most High's children. Go ahead.
Therefore, thus saith the Lord God,
Uh-huh.
I will also stretch out my hand
Uh-huh.
upon Edom.
He's going to stretch forth his hand. He's going to judge them. It's going to be a hardcore judgment. Go ahead.
I'll cut off man and beast from it.
There you go. He said he's cutting off them and their animals. Go ahead.
I will make it desolate.
He's
from
going to do.
Timon.
He's going to do what?
Make it desolate.
Uh-huh.
from Timon.
Uh-huh.
And they shall fall by the sword.
Uh-huh.
And I will lay my vengeance upon him.
He's going to do what?
Lay my vengeance upon him.
He's going to do what?
Lay my vengeance upon Edom.
Go ahead.
By the hand of my people Israel.
He said, we going to get our get back. All this the white people did, he said when he weaken them, he get the other nations to weaken them, and they weak, they can't beat us no more, we're going to whoop their ass. That's what he said. And then we're going to take the kingdom and rule the earth forever. That's what this book said. If you really read it and you understand, that's why you got the people in Jerusalem, they Jewish, they not Jews. And they faking like they God's chosen people. And this is why they getting these billions of dollars every year from the nations around, because what they doing, they threatening to tell the truth on the other nations. The other nations in America, if they lie and tell the people of America that y'all took the Jews and the Israelites, it's gonna go. It's whole junk will go ape shit.
A lot of the nations are paying to keep the secret.
And that's
why they paying.
That's why they paying.
The secret that we're the
The Israelites. That's what they paying these people for. Because these people will say, yeah, well, you know, America, y'all the ones who set us up, and y'all the ones took the real Israelites in slavery. But in all actuality, they the ones who financed the ships and built the ships. This is their slave trade. You understand? They are the chief tribe of Esau. So they kept the Esau was Jacob's brother. They was fraternal. Isaac. And Abraham was Isaac and Ishmael's father. Right? So when you deal with Esau, Amalek, you ever heard that word kike? Used to call the Jewish man kikes and stuff like that. That word kike comes from their tribal name, Amalekite. Right? So they don't like nobody calling them kikes because that'll trace them back to where kike from. You will ask the question, where kike? Why they people call y'all kike? And then it'll come out what that history is. So they don't want you to go in there and find out who Amalek is. When you go in there, the scriptures tell you that we should have war with Amalek forever. God is going to have war with Amalek forever.
It comes from the word Amalekite.
Right.
Amalekite.
And Esau had a grandson named Amalek. We are the Israelites, right? We are the Israelites of the Bible. The so-called blacks and Hispanics. All right, brother, be easy, okay? All right. I wish where them flyers? Karatas, I took the flyers home?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah. So yes,
What was the name of that? They were the one that used to be on in Chinatown. UST.
Oh, I should be okay.
Yeah. But I wasn't like, I went to like a couple of the feasts. I think I went to one feast day actually. I went to one feast day with a friend. He used to be involved with their organization, but he stopped going because it was a lot of drama, but he still believed everything they taught. It was just a lot of drama. And,
It's like that.
He taught me a lot about the scripture. We studied and
Studied.
yeah,
Pastor?
we did
What
like
happened?
lessons. Like we were doing. He believed in is it polygamy? Like you can have a lot of different wives, and that it was just a lot. It was just a lot with
Be easy on her.
I ain't no, she cool.
Be easy
She
on
cool.
her.
She got a different spirit than unruly Eve.
She does. She does.
That's why they ain't look at her all crazy.
That's a beautiful spirit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I understood, the kings of the Old Testament had wives. I had a lot of concubines or wives, but I feel like, come on with that can't work today, right now. And
Why do you feel that way?
because you're gonna be jealous. Like, there's no way you can have two wives and treat them equally. One of them you're gonna like more. Somebody's gonna be jealous. That's just time.
Hey, but listen, give me Genesis 3:16. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you something. Matter of fact, give me Sirach 36:20. Well, I'm gonna show you something, sis.
I'm
You
just
say you
gonna-
can't
I'm
share your
just gonna
husband,
write
right?
down
I'm gonna show you something real quick. Let me show you something. 24.
Look at Sirach, chapter 36, verse 24.
Right.
He that getteth a wife,
He that getteth a wife.
he getteth a possession.
No, a partnership.
A possession.
And what?
A possession.
Nah, we 50-50.
A possession.
Nah, I'm her man.
A possession.
Go to
Let me finish. A help like unto himself.
Nah, we 50-50.
A help like unto himself.
So the woman is a help.
Then a
Right,
pillar
but and a what?
of rest.
A pillar of rest. So what I'm trying to show you is like this society got all of us twisted, not just the women, the males, and everything. Like the way we used to be a sound nation and how we built our nation. This is where the lies came in at. They played mind games on us. Took everything from us. What do you got?
Now I'm gonna put his hat on.
Took everything from us, right? Gave us the culture that they wanted to give us to have us in control. Right? So now you got today, our women tell us what they not having, what you want to do, man, but it's according to the blueprint of what slave master taught her to keep. So he will use the woman to keep the man in subjection to the man is the threat. Right? When you look into history, it wasn't just the kings. Everybody had multiple wives. That was the way we lived. Period. That's just the way we live. And when you live in this white man society, he's so weak. He got to play mind games with this woman and lie. Right? And got a woman, a wife, he used her to have kids, but he a flaming faggot. He ain't really interested in women, right? But then he come and say a man, multiple wives is what they call it? Bigotry, or what they call it? But you can marry the same sex. That's backwards. I mean, what part according to the God's law that we dealing with, right? Also this is that's how we all came. Us as 12 tribes, we came from what, 4, 5 women? Five women. We came from 5 different women. So it wasn't always that had multiple wives. Like people say we don't supposed to do that in captivity. You know who's saying that? It's our women. And the only reason why our women saying that is because this white man, our women, that's why you see a lot of our women, they don't get married, they don't get bumped down, they have different daddies. They got to bounce from man to man. Because our women keep moving to men, trying to, let me see if I can control him here. I don't get what I want here, let me bounce. That stuff never worked because naturally in either one of our systems, we have something set up already in our DNA that's natural. Right? Now, I understand a lot of women feel certain ways, but women have a saying. Women have a saying men gonna be men. When y'all say men gonna be men, evidently y'all know the nature of a man to deal with multiple women. That's in our nature. Right?
So,
Go ahead.
you said you don't get jealous, right? What would you get jealous of?
Because like,
Now I want you to be specific. Are you talking
I
about
mean,
time?
like, if you sitting on the couch
Yeah.
and he's like your husband, is cuddled up and buttoned up, like how does that work? Like, do you just sitting there looking like, okay, when it's my turn? That
Oh,
is
see,
not
see,
going
you're
to
talking.
I got what you're
You're talking about. You're talking about a man that's not a godly man.
I get what you. Salaki, she talking about them, all of them together too, though. Also,
I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that. But you're talking about a man that's ungodly. Ungodly men don't act like that. Ungodly men treat their women
And like,
both equal.
how is it gonna be equal? Because what if like you want him, even if you have separate houses, like what if you want him there that night and he's over there with her?
He's talking about sex, right? Let's just be honest. That's really what it comes down to.
Cuddle.
That's what I was
She probably said
thinking.
cuddle.
That's what
That's
it comes
all.
down
But
to.
that too, like,
But that's what it comes down to. It always comes down to sex. I always tell sisters the easiest thing in a relationship is sex. All the other stuff is hard. Get together, being together, understanding one another, and building up to that. That's why a lot of people, when they come into relationships, the first thing they're thinking about when they see a woman, or women too, when they see a man, is this man going to be a good sexual partner? But that's not what Hebrew men do. Hebrew men, we're after your spirit. We want your spirit to be in the right place first, and then we build up to the other stuff. And through that being built up, through that relationship being built up, then you don't think about, well, this man is over here with another woman. You're saying, I got a good man. If you think about it right now, there's a lot of young men who are in jail or who are about to be in jail for doing something stupid. So how do we build our nation up with all our brothers in jail? And once they get in jail, they start dealing with each other. Then they come out of jail, they look good to you, start dealing with you, then you got a problem.
Yeah.
That's why you have to deal with a godly man in godliness. Because godly men don't treat their women like you would say that. You wouldn't even feel that there's anything being missing, because you'd be learning with this brother, he'd be building you up, and spiritually, and he would want you for you, not just for sex. See, that's a different thing. That's a different mindset that most women don't come into this truth for. They want to be satisfied sexually. And most women, and I guess I can speak for most women, they don't want a man to want them just for sex. They want them for something more. Right. That's what we do as men. You being fine and sexy